Williamson here. 21st episode. We're not gonna do it like that. Vigilante Williamson here with the 21st episode of my show, The Vigilante Williamson Show. It is January 8th. Friday, January 8th, 2021. And it has been one crazy week, hasn't it, ladies and gents? Yeah, I think everyone can admit it's been a crazy week. And this episode is going to be try to appeal to capitalism. This episode has a chance to be the most controversial episode of the Vigilante Williamson Show I've ever done. And that's saying something when you really think about it. So I thought about yeeting this account and just totally quitting, which I've thought about a bunch. So like before I think honestly, just given the nature of the channel, I think about that pretty much every week. But I like doing it. This is fun. I've had a ton of fun doing this. And I've never cared about potentially getting monetized. I've only cared about having the most fun and expressing myself and making sure my opinion comes across. I've been critical of a lot of things. And it's funny. I get to remain consistent. But what I actually learned when I'm taking in everything that happened on Wednesday. Excuse me. I realize I get to be consistent with my views, but I also realize, and this is something ironic, that Vigilante Williamson realized something that the person that me, and I'll just call myself Will, that's not my real name, but for the purposes going forward, I'll just say Will, and that means me. It's not really me, it's the guy playing Vigilante Williamson, the guy who puts on the mask. But Vigilante Williamson got something that Will didn't, that I at a base level didn't understand. And that is that the orange man is bad. And I know you might think, oh, is this irony? He's gonna do the no. I wish this was irony. This is gonna, in some people, I'm gonna be honest, because if people who really remember when I started, to some people, what I'm gonna say, their reaction is different. They're like, no shit, he's controlled ops. No shit, he's a socialist. There have been people who have been telling me since I started the channel, the orange man's a socialist, right? But out of all the things I'm going to get into, and I am going to get into every bit of this that I can, and I'm probably going to piss off leftists, piss off people on the right, and get my account yeeted in this video. But whatever, I'm going to express my opinion. And again, I know there's people who already felt like Trump was not to be trusted, but Trump played, y'all. I want y'all to understand that. I want everybody who loves this country, everybody who cares, the people who were in favor of the protests, and I'm not in favor of the violence. I've said before on this channel, I want to de-escalate a world war, de-escalate a civil war, and de-escalate a race war without throwing a punch. Initially, it was to stop all these things, but that ship sailed, and I didn't have anything do that. Oh no, Fenrir, we'll understand. You'll get it in a second, Fenrir. You'll get it. Hello there. You're not gonna give a fair. Put your mask in there. I'll say that. Here will say that. But in 3 or 4 weeks, of course, we'll see you back. And of course, Orange Man's back. He's Donald Trump. No angel. No. Fenrir, you'll get it. I'm not going anywhere. The reason I say Vigilante Williamson no more is because they're probably gonna yeet me. But no, I'm not going anywhere. I thought about it, but honestly, Eric July talked me into it. He talked me into it, not without knowing. He was just being Eric July, and I realized I need to contribute to the culture way more, and I can. So I need to do that. So I can't stop. But there may be no more Vigilante Williamson for now if they eat me. But I'm gonna come back if they do. I'm not going anywhere. There's a little bit of a troll about the Vigilante Williamson no more. Slight troll, but I'm not lying about the Orange Man. No bad thing, because it's time we. This video is for the people who care about this country, the people who love this country, and let the Orange Man be an avatar for them, because to them he was the one thing standing in the way of socialism. And to Will, again, that's not my real name, but to Will, it was like, maybe I get to kick the can down the road with state-sponsored socialism with this Orange Man. And I got to troll the left. I got to piss off a bunch of people. I got to piss off Jamil Hill, who I give the Detroit pass to. I don't really go at her like I would if she was from any other city. I got to piss you off. So I got my vote was worth anyway. But your vote didn't matter. Even if you did vote for Biden, because they needed the narrative of the dead voters to piss everybody off. All this shit was controlled ops. All this was a psyop. Once you know the ending, you can go back and say, oh, this is like Fight Club. This is like finding out Tyler Durden is the narrator. And you're like, oh, Trump is controlled ops. This was all a setup. He just set up millions of Americans, and we all fell for it. Even I wanted him to Trump dance on these leftists. Even I wanted it. I'd lose Fimmer. If I lose some subs, I may lose subs. Maybe he just left. I don't know. But if I lose some subs, I lose subs. Even I want him to Trump dance on the leftists, because I don't like the left. But you're gonna go back and realize the control ops. And the reason I say that is, firstly, if you recognize, and we joke about the Illuminati, all that shit, if you recognize how the Illuminati is, like something like a shaming ritual is nothing to them, right? So you're talking about, oh, what about all these consequences he may face and all that? He could be killed, yeah, all that doesn't mean shit to them, right? And I'm not sure if you noticed, but because he's been their boogeyman for 4.5 years, they've changed the culture to anything other than the left is racist and wrong think, and anything other than woke is wrong think. You're istophobe, you're this, that, and the third. And he's been using his boogeyman to push culture that way. And we're gonna go through some of my old videos. I'm gonna show you, maybe an angel's advocate for a potential angel's advocate, example of a potential angel's advocate for the Trump is a controlled ops theory. Because some people, maybe he's incompetent. But you're going to have to convince yourself, and you're going to have to look down on yourself. And I should have started off with the Mark Twain quote, where it's easier to fool a man than convince a man to be fooled. And instead, I'm going to admit I got fooled by the Orange Man. I'm going to admit I got fooled because I thought that he was I thought he was a rebel, but no, he's controlled ops. And why you're gonna tell me somebody who was able to organize all these fucking rallies all across the goddamn country, do multiple rallies in a day, couldn't put up fucking barricades? You're gonna tell me some sick leftist who yesterday had her article written last week about what was gonna happen, that he didn't fucking have any clue that they were going to get lured in? There are tons of people who are talking about the incident said they were let into that building. And yes, there were motherfucking Antifa in that motherfucker. I don't give a fuck. Yes, there were people who still were violent. And I denounce the violence. I'm consistent with that, because you have the right to protest. You have the right to the First Amendment. You do not have the right to destroy anything. And going forward with any protest that going forward, and yes, the end goal of this was to shame public protest and to shame conservative protest. But going forward, this needs to be our attitude.
Stand away! All of you! I Do you understand?
We have to not stop playing in the hands. We have to be smart. Hell, this example was set in the 60s. One of the things MLK, and he got shit for this, was the fucking nonviolent. There was no nonviolent stance, and that's why we were able to play right into their fucking hands. And yes, the orange man did play you, because I don't give a fuck what you say. There's no way you're going to convince me some 20-year-old leftist can have this article written, but he couldn't do anything to make sure that that the people who really cared about this country, who really cared about this election, which by the way wasn't stolen, because in order to steal an election, you have to have an election in the first place. And again, he has controlled ops. But in order for the people who really cared, who really wanted to see this election where they got jerked off in the face on, they really wanted to contest that. He did nothing at all to make sure they didn't fall into a trap. He did everything to lure them into a trap. It's about time we stop. We fell for the, he's an outsider. He's an outsider, man. You know, maybe I should just get to the clips. Maybe let's get to the Angel Advocate and who knew the salt flows. He agrees. Let's get into the clips. Man. Let's stay out here grinding. Now, maybe you guys have never seen the show Boardwalk Empire. And maybe you're thinking, okay, listen, Trump didn't know. He's just, it's the Dems.
That's 7 years.
You think he's just incompetent? I think he's just Nucky Thompson. Look at, this is Nucky Thompson, and this is Nucky Thompson's crew. This is us getting mowed down by the fucking opposition. We're getting mowed the fuck down. And this is how Nucky Thompson ends up at the end. On his fucking knees. I wanted to show the real.
I underestimated you, Charles.
Look at him. That's how Nucky Thompson ends up on his fucking knees begging. Most of his crew dead. Secrecy and peaceful strategy can win any war. For you, I'd act in the dark with all your moves secret. Your enemy cannot stop. Yeah. For it, you act in the dark with all your moves secret. Yeah. So maybe you think he's just an incompetent idiot. You think he's able to get peace in the Middle East but not see this coming. Maybe you do. But Vigilante Williamson, even though Will didn't understand, Vigilante Williamson always had his doubts. Let's take you back. Take him back. Take him back to go back to Rocky. August. I'm reviewing Millennial Millie's Shadowgate. This, for the longest time, was the most popular video until recently on my channel as far as views goes. Tell that they were being recorded and we used to make fun of it. So it's like, this is stuff that's happened. So it's not like out of the realm of possibility. I'm a little early into it. This is stuff you should really do your own research in. And with all these documentaries that you may come across, do your own research. Always independently research. But also listen, because a lot of information was being presented. But as far as the partisanship, like I said, I am not of the theory that Trump is this universal rebel against the machine. I do believe he's ruffled some feathers, and I do believe that the T virus has presented. That's it. But if you are of the opinion, I call this the Walmart theory. If you're of this opinion, what I mean by Walmart, it's a comic book that makes fun of this Trump saving the world. So if you really believe and you really buy, hopefully I don't copyright strike myself, but basically that's me having my doubts about Trump even back August 25th, saying, I wasn't, because in the Shadowgate reference, you should check out the movie. You should actually check out the Shadowgate movie, and you can check out my review too. But it relies on you caring about Trump as this one-man army, and I was like, I don't know if he's this one-man army. I don't know if he is. I had my doubts. Let's keep it going. As a matter of fact, let's go back to can we go in order? Yeah, let's go in order. So let's go back into the Kyle Rittenhouse video. This is also a video I put a lot of work into. Got a little bit suppressed, but that's neither here nor there. There was more love for it on BitChute. But here she's someone who is there, who believes she's only there for racial justice, because as far as she's concerned, she is. That's not what everyone else is there for. And that's why people are against BLM. I want people who are on the left. So that video, this point of this video is just for me to be consistent, because I empathize, and if I can show it, with the fact that this was the video, if you remember, where the Papa John's, this is during the Kenosha riots, Papa John's video, or Papa John's got smashed up by some BLM rioters. And you would actually, and then I realized I was off on the clip, and I don't really want to go too much longer. Oh shit. Do I want to become famous and buy Prime viewers? Ty Kaylee knows. Hit her up. Walmart. Yeah. That's what people think about Trump. He's Walmart. He's a hero to these people. You know what? I ain't gonna say these people. He's a hero. You know, a lot of people fell for it. I fell for it. He's controlled ops though. But yeah, this is just me trying to be consistent on, hey, I don't like violence, but I understand why people are protesting, even if they're misguided. And yes, these people who went to this thing were misguided. But let's go. This is me at the debates. This is my review of the debates. And hear what I said on September 9th. Trump had an easy victory. I thought I was going to see a slaughter. Instead, I just saw two old men argue. And that, to me, is a victory for Joe Biden. If you made it look like it's just two incompetent men, that's fine. And to me, the people who had their faith rewarded were not the people who newly brought their faith into Trump. I feel like those were let down. But the people who say screw both parties, the black pilled people, who are like, you know what? There's no point of voting. This is the first debate, by the way. And that's kind of how I feel. I think that's the spectrum. I feel I'm Trump agnostic. Just the other day after this platinum plan on my last podcast, maybe I'll actually bite the bullet and do the unthinkable for me, because I didn't plan on voting at all. I didn't plan on voting again ever, really. But I'm like, you know what? Oh, man, I might do it. And then just feel let down. I think coming from my perspective, I am definitely toward the black pill. It doesn't matter. Okay, I'm gonna let myself. And I know for a lot of people, they might think I'm crazy, but like, man, I know a lot of people think they're gonna go to the polls November 3rd and they're gonna cast their vote for Trump, and the red, white, and blue fireworks will go off. Okay, I'm rambling. I'm sorry about the time. This is what happened when you prep a video 4, almost 5 in the morning, and I just want to get this done because I want to say my piece and have tomorrow free so I can make beats and shit and do a video, probably a stream on Saturday, a Brave and the Bold stream on Saturday, definitely. We'll probably talk about this. We're gonna talk about some entertainment news, but I'm sorry about the damn delays. Hopefully I get to my point that I said September 30th. American flags will sprout from the ground, and the Eagles will, you know what I mean? Eagles will fly from Mount Rushmore, and America will be saved. But bro, all the things that are happening in the world is bigger than Trump. And it's bigger. This election is a part of something bigger. So the idea with all the things that's going on, that get to the point, motherfucker. A lot of QAnoners, canoners may hate to hear this, but the idea that Trump could be control ops. Thank you, Vigilante Williamson. That's almost how I felt watching that, because he was doing, to me, he botched so many opportunities. And I wish I almost would have did this earlier where I had more energy to kind of explain. He didn't push back, like I said, with the governors and the COVID situation. Thank you, I felt like it just felt like he didn't. It almost felt like he was saving Joe Biden sometimes. Yeah. Because he would just start talking right when Joe was burying himself. It's like, yeah. He even fed him a line. Vigilante Williamson didn't realize that. Past Vigilante Williamson didn't realize that. But future Vigilante Williamson can tell him there was a point in that very first debate where Trump fed him a fucking line. And this is something interesting. Okay. Maybe you saw this Illuminati card, maybe you didn't. This is an Illuminati game from the 90s. Has this card, looks similar to Trump talking about the snipers. There's also the Simpsons with the escalator thing. But here's the thing that people need to remember. August 5th, 2015, Donald Trump and who chatted by phone before Trump announced candidacy. Who? Not Mike Jones, Bill Clinton. Look at the picture of the homeboys. Shortly before Donald J. Trump kicked off his presidential campaign, he had a genial phone conversation with former President Bill Clinton, but the two apparently did not discuss the race itself or Hillary Rodham Clinton's bid for the Democratic nomination. Now, maybe you was born yesterday or the day before. Do you believe that? Yes or no? Ask yourself. Look in your heart. You know it to be true. He's controlled ops, man. And it hurts, but that's the take. He's controlled ops. We were set up. He set up the American people. He set himself up to be the champion, the last bastion to save us from socialism, the last bastion of the free market, the last bastion of freedom, of protecting American culture, all to make all those things now seem like the most demonic thing by the media spin. He set himself up and set you up to look like fools. Let me get more into this article from, again, August 5th, 2015. The May call, this is of May in 2015, was confirmed by the two people with knowledge of both who spoke on the conditions of anonymity. And this is from the New York Times, the 2015 New York Times, by the way, who said the real estate developer tried Mr. Clinton's office a few times before the former president returned the call. According to the Washington Post account, some people privy to the call describe Mr. Clinton, who is typically salacious of whomever he's speaking to, as suggesting the candidate to be that he was striking a chord with the Republican base. Others described it as a friendly phone call in which Mrs. Clinton and her campaign didn't come up. Sure. A side note, Mr. Trump declined comment. An aide to Mr. Clinton confirmed that Mr. Trump reached out to Clinton a few times while asleep. So yeah, never forget in 2015. And this is just a picture. This picture is from 2005. Just want to show the picture. That's Bill. I think that's Chelsea. So Hillary and old Don looking all chummy. Oh no, this couldn't be. Did Epstein? What do you think happened in that cell with Epstein? And why? What do you think the people who are able to do stuff like that? You think they're not willing to create a controlled ops candidate? Why not? Especially if you know how, and maybe you don't believe in Molech, maybe you don't believe in Yanya, who I think is or whatever the hell you said, one of African goddesses' names, who I think is the avatar for all these black women, strong black women leads. There's an African goddess line on half the archetypes for. That's neither here nor there. Maybe you don't believe in all that mumbo jumbo, that Illuminati, but they do. There is a grove where they praise Molech. There is a skull and bone rituals, and there is magical rules, and one of those rules is let motherfuckers know things before it happens. Case in point, maybe you heard of bagel fence, and it's not called bagel fence. It's called something else, gate, and you can guess what carb-filled food that you replace for bagel, and then you replace fence with gate, and you can guess what I'm talking about. But that happened in 2016. Isaac Cappy got off in 2018, but it didn't mean shit because cuties can still come out in 2020 with no fucking problems. It doesn't matter if you're mad. It doesn't matter. What does that mean? I talked about in my last episode how Tulsi Gabbard talking shit about Kamala Harris didn't do a damn thing, and how Ted Cruz talking shit about Jack Dorsey didn't do a damn thing. So you just think you keep worshiping these politicians. This is a Newsmax from 2015. From August of 2015. Newsmax, everybody's favorite replacement for Fox News. Former President Clinton, the husband of current Democratic presidential frontrunner, spoke to Donald Trump, Republican frontrunner, before his June announcement. So this is before he came down the escalator. That's when the call happened. And so I want to really get to the comments. I want you to remember there were people who didn't trust Trump back then. Who cares? I have liberal acquaintances and friends that call me. Doesn't mean I agree with political affiliations. Those were people who were trying to be for Trump. Didn't want to do it. Da-da-da-da. So Bill Clinton, Bill Clinton, husband of sort of Democrat Hillary Clinton, calls Trump, and then less elite that he called Trump, which hurts Trump chances against Hillary Clinton. So that's what some people thought. There were people who were worried about Trump's ties to the Clinton in 2015 in these comments. And this article is just basically the same as the New York Times article. Just talking about how they called beforehand, and they talked about all this stuff a month before this guy announces he's going to run for president. And of course, they just happen not to talk about it. So I know you don't want to think that you were set up by Orange Man. I know you probably think I'm a crackpot, Vigilante Williamson, your mask is too tight. I'm sure you're saying that. I'm sure you're saying, what do you mean the election wasn't stolen? It wasn't stolen. This is control ops. And I want to give you this. If that, I haven't really given the evidence I should have. I've shown some of just that there are ties. And, I'm trying to give Angel's advocate, they could just be friends, I guess. At the end of Trump candidacy, even, he did a lot of things, I'm sure he had autonomy as this controlled house, but at the end of Trump's candidacy, no matter how many people may feel red-pilled or what have you, the bump stock rule, and Eric July constantly brings this up, and I'll bring up Eric July a few times, because like I said, he talked me back into continue to doing content, but at the end of Trump's presidency, we're going to have we already had the bump stock rule where any gun can be a machine gun. We have the culture war into a lot of normies who don't know any better. They think all conservatives are racist. Believe it or not. They think that this is the worst thing ever. Even though BLM burnt down shit for months. And at the same time, I'm not trying to co-sign violence. Like I said, I want to, in the culture war, or in the race war, in the civil war, and in any war without having to throw a punch, and I'll maintain that. But fucking Ben Shapiro supposedly was one of the guys who cucked out. And for fuck's sakes, I've seen him go to fucking colleges a few years ago, probably around 2015. And see more violence at those colleges than I saw on tape. And all I saw is a fucking veteran get killed. That's why I played Nucky Thompson. People they got let in. Yes, they did. I don't give a fuck. I saw people talk about how they got let in and they weren't really doing much. And they got let in. A motherfucker got killed. There were some fucking Antifa members, and they're more than likely, I haven't done enough research, there more than likely were some motherfuckers who weren't Antifa, who were antagonizing things. And fuck anyone who did anything violent. But this was a setup. This whole thing was a setup. And at the end of this fucking presidency, bump stock rule, potential insurrection act, potential incident to spark a lot more draconian laws 2 weeks before the most socialist president we've ever had takes office, and Kamala Harris and her puppet and the globalist puppet for now until they switch him out, Joe Biden. And so, the cultural zeitgeist considers all conservatism racist, and fucking even capitalism itself racism. That's what's happened in the past 4 years, the past 5 years since this article has been written. August 5th, 2015, capitalism wasn't racist. No one would have even thought some crazy shit like that. No one, but now half the country thinks that. And if you want to throw out the possibility, like there's no way he could be control ops, that's on you. But don't tell me it couldn't. Hey, Anthroparion. Hey, VW and chat peeps. You may remember when the people were saying Trump was a socialist in the comments. Anthropan was there. Maybe he remembers, maybe he doesn't. But there were people who were anti-Trump when I first started. Anti-Trump, not in the leftist anti-Trump. That's not. This ain't. We're not siding with the left. It's like I'm doing a little troll with the comments, not the comments, the description, and the vigilante no more. Because I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going till they yeet me. They may yeet me. That's why there may not be no more vigilante. They can yeet me. But I'm gonna go until they do, and I'm gonna come back afterwards, and hopefully people will support me. But in saying that, one thing I will change is I'm not gonna be as political. Because I'm not gonna cry over this fucking election no more because it wasn't stolen. It was already rigged. It was already a hoax. It was all fuckery.
Truth is, the game was rigged from the start.
Congratulations. You played yourself.
Yeah, we all played ourselves. We all played ourselves because we all believed. And that video's not stretched. I gotta edit that. But we all believed in something. We wanted the orange man to be our avatar. But you know what? You know why I have this Superman? Because Superman represents hope. All hope is not lost. Hell, there's a lot of advantages to what there's a lot of fallout. Let me see. You always have to realize the mainstream media have their mind under control, and this has been happening for too long. Definitely. The mainstream media definitely has their people's minds under control. And the anti-mainstream media does too. That's why you got the cut my man Ben Shapiro, whose wife is a doctor. I hope his doctor wife is being fucked by somebody well. Because I really do think, and I shouldn't go too hard at him because I why I shouldn't. I didn't really read and see it for myself. So I wasn't gonna go. I had some jokes. I'm gonna stop until I see it for myself. I'm gonna stop. Because I don't like doing that. But from what I've heard, he kind of cut. And a lot of commentators on the conservative side cut. And that's not about this. I feel like the American people got played. I'm not trying to cut for nobody. That's not what this channel's going to do. Just because I say we disavow the orange man. They don't got a boogeyman no more. So it's time for the actual people to take control of the narrative. We have to be smarter about it. Like I play. That's the attitude we have to have. Okay, we got suckered in this time. We won't get fooled again. And now we know we can organize. Now we can know we can organize. Hell, Slasher McSplitter. Slasher hanging out with the real Williamson. That movie was dope though. Oh man, when you guys are doing a watch party. Yeah, peace, love, and happiness to everyone. That's the attitude to have, man. We're gonna be peaceful. So yeah, I have to think say Vigilante Williamson no more. That's a little bit of a hoax. I may get yeeted for talking shit, but I am actually gonna stop talking as much shit because I'm done. I mean, I'm gonna still be on the culture war shit. That's where I'm really gonna primarily focus. Culture war, pointing out the woke bullshit in media. But the politics shit, unless I'm going to go Exozone every episode, I'm sure we'll talk about Vigilante Williamson, Brave and the Bold, some of this shit, and then I'm going to be on Comics Division on Monday. After that, I'm pretty much done with these politicians. I'm done. They're all demons. I'm not trusting anyone. DTA. There's a reason you guys got set up, and we all got set up. And shout out to Drew, the Supreme Heretic, who was covering it for the Phantom Menace. There's a reason people were let into that goddamn building, and then they immediately, certified it. This whole process was to let you know that your vote doesn't matter, but at least you know it wasn't stolen because it was never the game was rigged from the start, and Trump was just as complicit as Bernie. Hot take? No, it's just reality. It's just reality, and don't get tricked into fighting any civil war. Don't you dare get tricked. Do not get fooled. And don't get fooled if they do one of their fucking shaming rituals and they run him through the mud. Fuck it. No sell it. Because they want him to act as the avatar for you. He wasn't lying when he said that shit about it's about getting to you and he was in the way. Yeah, he was controlling ops in the way. But they want him to be the avatar. So when they do it to him, it's supposed to fuck that. Fuck them. Now we know we can organize. We should do that at any fucking and peacefully. We need to actually peacefully protest. We do need to learn that shit again because it did work in the 60s. It did work. And fucking MLK got a lot of shit for it. And yes, they will probably Me Too MLK. That's another video for another day. But we know we can organize. We can go to CNN, broke ass, and organize there and say we're done with shit. Organize peacefully. Don't give their mob lawyers anything they can use. As I'll keep playing that clip. Organize peacefully. We can do that in mass. We know we can do that. And we got to control the narrative when we do it. We can't just leave it up to some orange man to be an avatar, some Tulsi Gabbard, or any politician. It has to be. I'm not a populist. I'm more of a libertarian, but a lot of the people are populists. A lot of people all across the spectrum was riding with this orange man, were let down by this orange man. In the election has begun, the culture war has. Exactly. Eric July had it right. Fuck this election. And we will take our mind after. Yes, not really in this episode, but man, I am ready to purge this shit. Ready to try to take my mind off yesterday. It got me for a little bit. You see what was good? It got me for a little bit, but then I thought, listen, I wasn't born yesterday and the day before. I had my suspicions the whole goddamn time. I'm cool. Listen, if you can tell me why these motherfuckers were so chummy and tell me there was nothing going on and there's no chance that this guy was control ops the whole time, while we have a bump stop ban, the Insurrection Act, potentially a potential new Patriot Act, and anyone who's conservative is an idiot and is a piece of shit according to the media. If you get shot in the neck, it doesn't matter. If you want to tell me there's no chance that this motherfucker was controlled ops, I got a bridge in Brooklyn I can sell you. I got a bridge in San Francisco I can sell you. I can give it to you for the low. I'm a capitalist. But I'm not somebody who's going to buy bullshit and just say, oh, there's no chance. Nope. Stone Cold and Rock wasn't fighting for real. Unfortunately, you might be right, but I'm not fighting in anybody's civil war because all of it's bullshit. We're being played. We're all fucking being played. All of us. So that's pretty much it. Oh, I should really break it down, right? I should break it down for everybody else, right? Yeah, let me do that. Before I wrap it up, because this article, this point, the point of this, and I know people, it may be controversial. Like I said, probably gonna piss people off on the right, piss people on the left, and get myself yeeted all in one thing. And you're right. There probably won't be more peaceful political discussion, but I gotta try. I gotta try to end this culture war, or not necessarily the culture war. And yes, alternative platforms will be needed. They're gonna start push people, the wrong people, off the majors once Biden. Yeah, that definitely will happen. And I am going to get on Odyssey and Library and see what's good with those platforms. But yeah, I'm going to full Exozone. We've been played both sides. All we've done is divide. I ain't saying come together. I'm saying really don't trust anybody. Don't trust shit. Being on the sidelines is the place to be. Be on the sidelines where everyone wants to kill each other. I'm sick of it. I am with you. I'm done. I'm not fighting anybody. I'll talk about the woke bullshit because it's fucking funny. And when Slash and McSplitter, when you have another watch party, I'll be there for the watch parties. I'm there to have fun. I'm gonna talk my shit, but I'm not about to make this channel. Listen, they're gonna try to yeet me. Fuck it. I'm not. It's not to play the game. It's because I'm done. I'm done with both sides, all sides. We got fucked. We got played. The end. If you care about this country, you may have to, if you know, if you care about the principles of what this country was built on, you may have to let the country die. Because I think Eric July is right. I think secession may be necessary. And I also think and I also want to give a message. Everybody who backed the blue, did they back you? They let your fucking businesses burn down. And they're ready to shoot you in the neck the second they get a chance to. Literally. They let your businesses burn down. They let you get jumped at your rallies. And they enforced these fucking draconian lockdown laws. And they didn't enforce orders for this fucking selection process, which again cannot be stolen because it was a sham from jump. VW, watch the new Barbarian star Fred Williamson. Yeah, I did see the Fred Williamson. I'll have to check it out. And there's so much entertainment news I wasn't able to talk about this week. I can't wait to talk about entertainment shit. I can't wait to purge myself. All right, I'm done. I'm washing my hands from this shit. That's really what's no more. Even though this video itself may be yeeted and the shit I say may be controversial, I am done. Yeah, and this is why we hit it off the bat, Vigilante. That same way of thinking. I'm done with this shit. I'll talk about the woke shit. I'll talk about the bullshit, and I'll probably call shit on the right. These politicians, I'm done with. I talk shit about Tulsi Gabbard. I know she's cute. She got the road thing, moderate waifu. And how her dressing down Kamala Harris didn't do shit. Ted Cruz didn't do shit. This guy, you're telling me this motherfucker was able to organize all those goddamn rallies, couldn't put up some barricades to make sure his people. I feel so bad because the good-hearted Trump supporters did such a good job of promoting this guy and promoting his people because they just wanted the apple pie America back. And this orange, I'm not even on the screen. This orange motherfucker playing golf with his buddies. This orange motherfucker played them. Fred the Hammer, who's not a namesake, but when you look up Vigilante Williamson, he's the thing that comes up. It's Fred Williamson from his movie Vigilante. So I might check out New Barbarian. I love Slasher McSplitter, who's a talented. He's also he played Jesus, and he was a good Jesus. For the 5 minutes. I mean, the only other guy, what was it? Caviezel? What was the guy from Passion of the Christ? Oh, Tulsi. Yes, she could. You know what, Slasher? I was going to say she could sit on my face, but I didn't want to say it. We are on the same wavelength. Because Tulsi's, yeah. But yeah, we gotta be done with these politicians. We got to be done with these politicians. This motherfucker's playing golf. He could organize. He was doing rallies, 3 or 4 different rallies, 3 different locations, hopping on the jet in a day, had barricades, had stages, had food trucks out. But he can't put up barricades for y'all to make sure y'all don't go in the building and y'all get let in? And you want to tell me this ain't a hoax? Motherfucking Vanity Fair writers already got this written up a week in advance. Get the fuck out of here. I must have been born yesterday or the day before to believe that shit. He played you too. Those Republicans played you. The Republican commentators who were quick to, oh my God. Ben Shapiro literally saw more people try to attack him than what really happened. I know there were some people involved. I ain't going to say there weren't some crazy pipe bombers, but yes, some of them were Antifa. Fuck you. But that said, I'm pretty much spinning my wheels. We all got played, but don't give up hope. We still have hope. I've contributed to the Eric July. I'm the first person to contribute to the 2044 Eric July Presidential Fund. You can check the tape. He just said my first name. He didn't say Wednesday, but it was me. I contributed $5 to that fund because we got to get him running for president. But the only way he can win presidency in 2024, if we spend the next 24 years holding our own at the culture war, and that is not trying to own the Dems. Fuck that. It's being your goddamn self. It's being a good person, and it's making sure that bullshit doesn't fly with you. When you see something woke, you say, no, I'm not fucking with it. That's all it is. And it's when you hear somebody, whether it's a small if you do find a politician in local area, because we need more local government, we need more emphasis on that. And they're talking something that's up your alley. My thought is libertarianism or close to that. Or maybe if you're a populist, whatever, you find that politician who's local, state senator, mayor, whatever, you can support them. But I'm done with this shit. And yeah, thanks. But then he says, yeah, it's a mess. No more politics for me. It's just a mess. It's just a mess. You got to live your life. You got to live your life. We got to participate and just say our opinion. And listen, there's nothing wrong with saying both sides fucked us. Both sides didn't give us money. Both sides gave all this money to gender studies. I already talked about the orange man signing the bill. I was always, I was always orange man agnostic. Like I said earlier in the damn, I said this, that's what I love. I get to show the receipts of what I already said. So I don't have to come out and tell y'all some new shit. I get to show y'all receipts. Vigilante Williamson knew more than Will did. Because I'm like, I already said this. Why didn't I watch my own videos? Why did I get that little bit? I almost feel like the time I got a friend to vote for Obama because I was scared of the neocon Mitt Romney. They're all shams. All these politicians are shams. The country is done. It may be, but I mean, I think secession is necessary. And I'm done riding with these politicians. Don't fight in anybody's civil war. And if you care about this country, care about the values of this country, you may have to see it go. And also, put God before country. And I know everybody doesn't believe in God. If you don't, that's fine too. But don't worship these motherfuckers. Then that means put family before. Or if you don't have a family, your friends, put your loves, put something else. But the country is just a piece of paper. Protect yourself. Be a good person. Don't focus on this bullshit because we got played. And they want us to keep hating each other. I'm done. I don't give a fuck. I don't want communist socialism to come, but this motherfucker did more socialist shit than this motherfucker. Believe it or not. And both of these motherfuckers was on the guy's plane who didn't kill himself. So I'm done. That's what Vigilante Williamson's done. When I'm done with politics, I'm gonna do the brave and the bold. We're talking a ton of entertainment news because I missed a whole fucking week. Bow down to no one. I say, yeah. All I say, yeah. Hey, the only reason you need to kneel is to pray. And if you don't believe in God, then there's one less thing to worry about. Do not worship these politicians. But yeah, I'm going to do the brave and the bold, and I'm going to start off where, I'm going to let everybody else blow off their steam. And then we're talking entertainment news. I missed the whole week of entertainment news. So, Slash, if you want to come on Saturday, you're more than welcome. We'll probably start off with some of this shit, but we're going to talk fucking entertainment news. I want to figure out this Batman shit. Did you hear about this Batman shit? I haven't even watched videos. I've been so depressed. I haven't done the research I want to. But I really want to see what's going on with this Batman shit. It's a lot of entertainment news for the whole week that I missed. So we're going to talk about that on the Brave and the Bold. We'll get into some of this bullshit. I'll give my take on why I think he's a controlled ops and why I'm just washing my hands for it. And I'm not going to say, this election, I'm not fighting for this orange motherfucker. Fuck him. He didn't fight for his people that actually cared. The people that really sold him. He didn't fight for them. He didn't do shit for them. He's played them. He set them up to look like fucking patsies. Fuck him. And yes, Slasher will be there. So that's dope. So we're dope, man. That's another thing. I woke up today. I'm like, man, I got a job, knock on wood. And you know what? I wasn't one of those people that $600 wasn't shit. But I'm one of those people that $600 kind of helped. I was like, it's clutch. To the one tip me, so I'm a little bit ahead on my bills. We're able to pay off some credit card debt. I'm happy. I mean, yes, I've been worse, and yeah, I still struggle with depression. But man, I'm happy. I'm not about to let these motherfuckers fuck with me. I'm not about to let these and I'm gonna take this YouTube shit seriously. And yeah, I may be a little. I'm gonna still be the same vigilante. I'm just not gonna be fucking with these politicians as much. I'll still talk culture war shit, but no more of this bullshit. Fuck these motherfuckers. Look at it the bright way. Apparently 80 mil vote for Denzel and Uncle B. If it goes pear-shaped, they don't like it. Even the media won't be able to gaslight enough to save them in the midterms. But screw it. Let's laugh at the High Republic and Coffee Lady Kath. Exactly. Glad I didn't vote. Very glad. You were validated, Slasher McSplitter. The people who did not vote were fucking validated. Never let anyone tell you you need to vote. I know I'm clipping. I don't give a fuck. Never let anybody tell you you need to vote. Never let anybody tell you can't complain about it if you don't vote. Why I voted? What the fuck does that mean? What did my vote mean? Did my vote mean jack shit? Nope. You think if you voted for Biden it meant jack shit? No, because they need the narrative to piss people off. Your vote for Biden didn't count. They wanted the dead people to vote so they could piss off the right, so they could own the Republicans and get everyone mad at each other. That's how this shit goes. And we fell for it. The last president we had, Lee Harvey Oswald killed, air quotes. But don't look at the Bush who was around the CIA and in Dallas at the same time. But I'm probably going to get myself a cow and eat it. It is all pathetic. There's nothing left to be said. I'm done. So Vigilante Williamson will continue, but no more politics. Like I said, Saturday, Brave in the Boat. We'll open up with it to get it out there, but there's entertainment news. We gotta laugh at Kathy Kennedy. We gotta laugh at the High Republic. We gotta talk about this Batman shit. There's so much things to talk about, so much to life. Fuck these motherfuckers. They can all kiss my ass. Fuck them. So I'm in a good place, and I know everybody else isn't, and that's the goal. Let's get everybody in a good place. Let's get Slash and McSplitter. Shit. I need to let me see if I can get the link, because I mean, man, so many people need to watch You and the Illusions movie. That movie was fucking great. That's the shit I want to be on, man. That movie was fucking great. I fucking love that, and I think that's going to be the future of media. The 20-minute movie, the 30-minute movie. By a group of people who care. There's more heart in that fucking movie than anything in the entertainment industry has come out the past 4 years. Unless there's something I'm not thinking of offhand. And I'm not counting Joker, because I didn't, I'll get into that when I want to. Do the EXO song Seaside Channel, bruh. We could talk Kennedy. Maybe have a good one, Vigilante in chat. Yeah. Cool, have a good day and night. Yeah. I'm trying to find Slashers link. I'm too tired. It's 5 o'clock in the morning plus. I've been ranting. I'm just happy to get this episode done. I'm happy to, I'm happy you guys ride with me. You guys understand. You guys see it's bullshit. And it's like, what? And it's, even if you disagree slightly with the control ops, you can at least say, okay, what can we do? I'm done. You at least got to be done. You got to be done. And protect yourself. God bless you if you believe in that. If you like the video, please like the video. If you're so obliged to share, subscribe, please do so. Even if you do none of these things, thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. And God bless. I just had to drop that James Blunt song. Yeah. Had to leave, take care of someone back. When I'm done, you're going to have to watch the replay, man. But basically, I'm not going anywhere. You were worried about that. I may get yeeted. I don't think, who knows? But I did bash the Orange Man and say that the election wasn't stolen. So maybe I won't. Maybe that'll balance it out. But the reason I bashed the Orange Man is because he control ops. And the reason the election wasn't stolen is because you can't steal something when it was all fake to begin with. And the reason Vigilante Williamson no more is because no more politics, man. I'm going to talk about it on the Brave and the Bold on Saturday. And then we're going to do Comics Division channel on Monday. And then I'm done with politics. I'll talk culture war shit aplenty. We got to laugh at Kathleen Kennedy. We got to laugh at all these woke idiots. We got to laugh at Future State. We got a lot of shit to talk about. And we got to remember that life is good. So thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. God bless.